UFC 317 picks and predictions. Starting out with Payne Talbot versus
Felipe Lima.
Felipe Lima.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you just want to say who he picked in count of three?
Alright.
3, 2, 1, Talbot.
Oh my god, you're a freaking idiot.
No.
Are you serious?
He's going to knock him out. He's not going to out.
I'm a little concerned with that. But but I think most people here are picking Felipe Lima. Do you watch Barcelos versus Talbot?
He got taken down.
He didn't stop a single takedown. Do you watch Barcelos versus Cody Garbrandt?
This is what Cody Garbrandt does.
Barcelos is a freaking bum. This guy is not that great. He was just chaining together. It wasn't. I feel like it would have almost been better if Talbot just got taken down and stayed there at the end of every round. But he worked his way back up. He's like, all right, let's go. I'm back on the feet. Oh, wait, he's shooting another takedown on me?
Everyone's overreacting.
Literally didn't stop a single takedown. How many takedowns do you think he got taken down? I think like 10 in that fight. 0 takedowns.
He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Here's my question.
What?
Is Felipe Lima... Holy crap, I can't say his name.
Oh
It's the most basic name ever. Felipe Lima. Is he coming down from featherweight for this? Pull it up. Someone is like 4 inches taller than the other person.
Okay.
I think Talbot's 4 inches taller somehow. So I don't even know how this guy was.
5'10", 5'6".
Yeah, I don't know how this guy was a featherweight.
Topuria is probably the same height, around the same height as that. That's not. I feel like that's not crazy.
Right, well,
5'10" is pretty tall for bantamweight.
Yeah, but then don't you think he's cutting a little bit more? I don't know.
I
He's gonna be cutting a little bit more. I don't know. The finish on Naimov just looked like I stumbled into having his back.
Are you serious?
It was a brief
that was a
stumble
freaking beautiful scramble. He freaking
had
him like this,
and
he freaking like whoosh, did like a little trip sweep, took his back, and submitted him.
It was an accident.
That thing was beautiful.
Basically, it was an accident. He accidentally fell into that submission. He's gonna be ready for these takedowns.
Why? What makes you think
he's not gonna be ready for the take? Look, he's not
honestly,
gonna be ready.
I think the short notice fight benefits Felipe Lima because first of all, Payne Talbot showed 6 months ago he had no clue how to stop a takedown, and he's going in here. I don't know who he's supposed to fight on this card. Let's look.
Look, he's not gonna stop any takedowns. Let's be honest, but
yeah. So how's he gonna win then?
He's just gonna knock him out.
How is he gonna win if he's on the floor the whole time?
He's gonna knock him out before he gets there.
I don't know who Payne Talbot was supposed to fight. Maybe he was just looking for an opponent. Going into this, taking out a completely different matchup, taking out a grappler on 2 weeks' notice, when you didn't even know how to wrestle 6 months ago, I think what's most likely going to happen is Felipe Lima is going to come in there with his... Honestly, I see what you're saying. There's the opening for the knockout. 'Cause Talbot, I think people are definitely over-hating on him right now. His striking's really solid. He's got crazy striking IQ. He's super good at timing his striking, figuring out. I don't know. He just his timing is crazy and his placement, his fight against Simon. He just knew when to throw knees, when to time him perfectly to just hit him with hard shots, and it was really awesome to see that. But it doesn't look like he's spending the time on the mat that he needs to. So I could really see Felipe Lima just coming in here, swarming him with his very explosive, high pressure style. Probably pushing him up against the cage, coming in with throws a lot of flying knees, big hooks. Talbot's gonna be up shielding like this, and then he goes in, shoots a double leg or shoots something, and then gets a big takedown. I got Felipe Lima decision. He also trains at what gym is it? He trains at the gym with Hamzat Chimaev in Sweden. He trains at All Stars, which is a really solid gym. And what I don't like from Payne Talbot is that he trains at a bad gym. He trains at an unknown gym. I feel like what he needs right now in his career is to be training at a big gym like Felipe Lima is doing, where you can get mentored by the fighters that are already established, kind of get shown your way a little bit. But he's too busy hanging out with Frank Ocean to be working on his grappling. I'm going Felipe Lima decision.
His legs were a little shaky. That's why he couldn't stop the takedown. He wasn't used to just... Maybe he was used to it. Never. He was getting railed.
Frank Ocean warmed him up for that fight.
Frank Ocean had a python on him. He wasn't able to really stand on his legs for that fight. Went too hard the night before. This time he knows, alright? Hard stop Thursday.
Hard stop.
Be ready Saturday. Honestly, it's not even about the takedowns. He's gonna counter him. He's gonna get him on a counter. He's gonna counter him. He's gonna get the knockout. No. I think Lima's gonna come in there. He's gonna throw in some wide hooks. Boom. Swerve it. Duck it. Boom. Counter shot. Knockout. That's what's happening.
If he does
Halibut knockout. End of discussion. And we're gonna see who gets the first win of the night.
If he does win, I could see it being similar to the Cameron Simon win, which was just the beginning of the second round. Cameron Simon literally just did exactly what we're talking about. He came in like that, and Talbot kind of just pulled off the side and took him out.
That's what's gonna happen.
But I think his grappling disadvantage is too much. I think he needs to diversify his grappling training partners. He's spending too much time doing some naked wrestling with Frank Ocean. He needs new training partners. Alright, we'll agree to disagree. I'm taking Felipe Lima decision. He's taking Peyton Talbot knockout. Alright, next fight we got Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. I feel like we're going to disagree on this one again. I'm not going to lie.
Jeez. Alright.
I'm feeling pretty passionate about this one, actually. Okay.
3,
2, 1. Beneil
Moicano.
Dariush. Oh my
God.
God.
Are you freaking kidding me right
You're
now?
an idiot.
You're picking Dariush?
I can go crazy with this analysis right now.
This guy is like 40 years old. He just took
He's not
2 years
40
off.
years old.
He's pretty freaking
36. They're the same age. They're the same age. They're the same age. They're both 36.
He's 2 weeks older than him. He took 2 years off. He's been knocked out in the first round back-to-back fights.
Guess what? We've seen this in his career before, and he's talked about this.
Yeah, but now he's older.
His chin went out earlier in his career, and he straight up took some time off.
Yeah, what, 10 years ago?
I'll show it to you right now.
Show it to me right now.
I'll show it to you right now. He has this string of fights. Edson Barboza knocked him out, and then Hernandez, 2018. Wait.
That's freaking forever ago.
Wait. After that, he literally became known for his chin. I'm spinning right now. He became known for his chin after that and his ability to take a punch. And he went on the streak. You see how long of the win streak this is? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't even know who these freaking guys are.
You don't know who Mateus Gamrot is?
He beat Tony Ferguson?
It's Mateus Gamrot!
I can freaking beat Tony Ferguson right now.
It's Mateus Gamrot. Did you even watch that fight?
I'm talking about the dudes before that.
Did you even take Drakkar close?
Scott Holtzman?
That's a
freaking Scott Holtzman. These nuts.
That's an established vet in this game. You know how he beat him?
Who missed weight in that fight?
Doesn't matter. You know how he beat him?
How did he beat him?
Spinning back fist.
Oh, spinning back fists.
Knockout of the year before that against Drakkar Close. Rear naked choke before that. You're not hearing me out. You have to hear. Hear me out.
All right.
Okay. Beneil Dariush, what he does good is he is an insane grappler. Okay. He's a world champion in no-gi. Doesn't really help him in some fights, but in fights when he's fighting a really good grappler, he becomes a crazy anti-grappler. If you watch his Mateus Gamrot fight, Gamrot is an insane wrestler, doesn't have the best striking, and Dariush was just nonchalantly scrambling, sprawling, shrugging off like 25 takedowns. It was like Marab versus Jan level of takedowns that Gamrot was just spamming. Shrugged off every single one, and then on the feet, he's a brawler. He's underrated on the feet. People think just because he has it looks like a sloppy style. He makes things a brawl. He throws hooks. He throws kicks, spinning back fists, and he has a decent amount of power. He hurts guys in the feet. Here's my problem with Moicano, though. If you watch, I think Moicano's last run, I was a big Money Moicano fan. On his last run, wasn't really watching his fights too heavily while I was at school. I just rewatched all of them. If you watch him on the feet, this dude gets hurt almost every time he's on the feet. This dude's chin absolutely sucks. And we've seen him get hurt. We saw him get hurt. We saw him basically get knocked out against Jalen Turner.
Yeah, he should have lost that fight.
He should have lost that fight. We saw him almost get knocked out twice against Drew Dober. And
He didn't, though.
Yeah. But that's because those guys couldn't keep him on the feet. Those guys couldn't keep him on the feet. Beneil Dariush is literally going to keep him on the feet, make this a brawl, and take out his chin within 2 to 3 rounds. I have Beneil Dariush knockout.
I have Moicano knockout.
How is that going to happen?
What do you mean, how's that going to happen?
Have you seen Moicano striking?
This guy's been knocked out in back-to-back first rounds.
Against
and
Arvid Sarukian and Charles Oliveira.
And then took 2 years off. You think he's just going to be a walk-in run? And
yeah, because he took the time off to recover his chin.
Well, this guy was off just chilling.
He was literally recovering his chin, which he's done.
This guy was out here
earlier in his career.
He's fighting Islam.
He didn't deserve that title. He was ranked number 9.
He didn't want that fight.
He didn't
want that fight.
Holy crap.
He was forced into that fight.
Which fight were you like...
Against his will.
What fight... Did you watch Moicano strike? You were like, wow. That's class. That is a world-class
He almost knocked out Islam. Everybody knows that.
That is a world... He freaking stumbled him off his feet. It was a trip. It was a trip. I think...
Moicano's knocking him out.
Dariush just had a thing where his chin went out. He took the time off. We've seen this happen in his career before again. He's going to be able to keep this fight on the feet.
Exactly where we want it.
He's going to knock him out.
He's going to get knocked out.
I'm pretty confident.
He's going to come in here. He's going to come in here. His chin's gone. The chin is gone. 2 years off. He's going to be a little rusty. He's going to be a little hesitant. He's going to come in here. Oh. He's going to try to throw that overhand. Boom. Counter. Done. Dropped. Hammer fist. Finish. Yeah. Just like that.
Dariush's chin's gone.
Just like that. All over his face.
Gone. Moicano never had a chin.
Doesn't matter.
He could never take a shot.
So when he got knocked out in the last couple fights.
It's because he's able to take the fight to the ground. If you watch his fights, you're doing a DC over here. You're having somebody do your film research, ChatGPT film research, and then you're coming in here.
They didn't give me anything. They didn't help. They didn't help. They just gave me blank.
All right.
Who is this guy?
I'm getting too heated about this. Too passionate. I'm going Dariush knockout. I'm feeling
Moicano knockout. Money Moik. Back to the top.
Dariush is slight underdog in this one. I think it's
swept. You're gonna get swept today.
Okay. It's gonna be a heated day in the house.
It is not.
It's gonna be a heated day in this house.
Okay.
All
right, man.
All right, let's move on.
Let's move
on.
Next fight. Let's see how this goes. Can we finally freaking agree on one?
Next fight, Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval. We're gonna say who we got on 3. 3, 2, 1. Brandon Royval.
Shut up, Siri.
I hate you!
No one wants you here!
Shut up!
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Royval.
Alright.
Okay. Alright.
Thank God.
Alright, see? Coming around.
God.
Coming around.
I love this Joshua Van guy. But if you watch his fights, he's very similar to like a Jan. Just like a good... He's very tight. He's a slow starter. He makes his reads. And then he comes in, makes his reads, boxing combinations. But I think he's a little bit overrated. And this fight is a huge jump. And Brandon Royval is one of the most established #1 contenders I've ever seen. His resume is ridiculous. Dude's got wins over Moreno. Dude's got wins over Tatsuro Taira. He went to the distance with Pantoja. He's got knockouts over Mateus Nicolau. Matt Schnell finish. Like, this guy is such an... He finished Kai Kara France, who's fighting for the belt tonight. Like, this guy is one of the most established and deserving #1 contenders I've ever seen. And to have a short notice fight against somebody that just made it to the rankings and be the underdog, that's ridiculous.
Insane. That's insane.
That's ridiculous. That's free money.
It's not like Josh Van came out here, got like a quick first-round knockout, and walked out and was like, all right, I'm ready for more. No. He knocked him out with 1 minute left in the fight. Like, he had a full fight 3 weeks ago and is now going, and he's going to fight the #1 contender.
It's ridiculous.
It's too big of a jump. I do like Van. I like Van.
Van's
cool.
Van,
but that's ridiculous. It's way too soon. I don't think he can do it. Too quick of a turnaround. Too big of a jump in competition. I have Royval decision or late finish.
Ooh. I have Royval submission second round.
Second round.
But it could be knockout because a lot of Royval's knockdowns turn to submissions. If you look, MMA Guru talked about this a couple weeks ago. MMA Guru is a big Josh Van fan, but he's always said that these long, lanky guys are going to give him problems because they're the ones that have. If you watch his fights, when he fought Charles Johnson, who's a terrible prelim fighter, he knocked him out. He knocked out Josh Van literally not that long ago, okay? And then at the UFC Noche in the Sphere, he fought Edgar Charez. That guy was long and lanky. That guy rocked Josh Van in the first round, had him hurt with some calf kicks. I think these long and lanky guys are able to kind of keep him at distance and then work him with kicks and then just come down the line with some like big shots or come down outside with some hooks and hurt him. And I think that that's exactly what Royval is going to do. I think he's going to do what he normally does. He's going to be like doing his high pace jab 1-2, keep at distance, really work a calf kick, really work a body kick, and then out of nowhere, maybe come in with a knee, come in with a hook, come in with something big. It's going to rock Josh Van, and then lock in something from there, is how I see this going.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a back half of the fight finish or decision.
Yeah.
It's insane that Royval is plus 102 right now.
That makes no sense.
Can't even believe that. Yeah.
I think when the fight first came out, the odds were bigger for Josh Van. Like, I remember everyone saying, like, are the odds, like, flipped on this one? I think this is a free money opportunity. Just money line Royval is just a safe free money opportunity with this fight. Josh Van's good, but this is a massive, massive jump in competition.
New biggest lock in the UFC.
Biggest
history.
lock.
New biggest lock.
$100 down.
It was Curtis Blades' finish last week.
This is different.
But now it's Royval.
These are two guys in their prime.
This guy.
Josh Van's not in his prime yet. Get it out. Okay.
All right.
We got what we need to say.
Yeah.
I'm happy we finally
agreed on one.
I really hope we agree on this next one.
Who is this next one?
Yeah, Pantajo versus Kai France.
All right.
I got a feeling I know where you're going with this one.
I feel like you do not know where I'm going with this one.
And I really don't like...
I think I know where you think I'm going to go with this one, but you don't know.
Okay. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, Pantajo. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
Woo!
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a freaking dangerous fight, though. I'm going to start by saying that. This is a really dangerous fight. Kai France is a really good anti-grappler. He comes from the city kickboxing group. He's trained with Volkanovski. He's trained with Adesanya. And these guys are really good at not so much defending every takedown, but working their way back up, making sure they don't get submitted. And I think that's going to make sure he survives this fight. Like, he might get controlled against the cage. He might get taken down and laid on top of for a little bit. But I don't think he's going to get submitted in this fight. So I do think we're going to see him survive all 5 rounds, which is dangerous because he has good cardio and crazy power. So I think we're going to see some moments where maybe he lands a couple shots. He's like pointing to the ground like he's talking crap. But I do think Pantajo wins this one. Just because I think Pantoja's style is similar to Merab's style, right? Mm-hmm. And we've seen Merab fight a bunch of guys that had great takedown defense. We saw him fight Jan. We saw him fight Aldo. They could stuff all the takedowns. It doesn't matter because when you have this high pressure style, you're still racking up control time. You're going to be against the cage, racking up control time. And when Pantoja fails takedowns, he lands stuff after. Like, he's going to go for takedown, all good stuff. He's going to get the clinch, elbow, or knee to the body. And also the threat of the takedown is going to set things up on the feet, where I think he'll be able to land a few shots on the feet, land a few shots in a clinch, have some control time on the cage and on the ground, and get the win. Lastly, we've seen... I always thought in my head, I was like, Kai France, amazing anti-grappler, whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you really watch his fights back, there's a lot of fights where he gets controlled for the whole round. And I could see 1 or 2 rounds in this fight being complete control rounds for Pantoja, and I just see him getting a decision here. We've seen him against boxers before, where he takes him out, and yeah.
Yeah, no, pretty much agree with all that, except I do have Pantoja getting the sub in this fight. I would really like to see, I'll be honest, I would love to see Kai France win this fight, though. I think that would be just so great. It'd be so
exciting champions.
It'd be pretty epic if he does it.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see that personally, but
we need some exciting champions.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can do it, man. I think it's a tough matchup, but I do see Pantoja getting a submit.
How do you see him doing? Do you see that like early on, the fresh submission, or do you see like he kind of wears him down?
Yeah, I see him wearing him down, and then getting a submission later on.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be scary. I think it's gonna be one of those fights where we're both on our feet the whole time, not like just worried. Because Kai France is probably hardest hitting guy in flyweight.
Honestly, would love to see him just knock out Pantoja, though. To be completely honest, I think that'd be pretty epic. Have him just style on him, give him a little face rip, tongue off, tongue out kind of celebration.
Yeah,
clown on him, but
if Pantoja wasn't so durable, I would pick Kai France knockout for sure. But Pantoja's got a crazy chin.
Yeah, I mean he fights strikers all the time. It's not like, you know.
But the only thing I'm worried about is the difference between Pantoja and Merab is they're both like these high pressure, just non-stop, full gas the whole time, spamming takedowns, spamming pressure. But Merab does it off of cardio. Pantoja does it off of like grit. Because you see him gas out. Like he gasses out in the second round, and he's kind of like he's breathing really hard, but he's keeping up the pace. But his like striking will go down. Maybe he'll like be a little slower for a round, and be a little more sloppy in the striking, but he keeps up the pressure, and that's the only time I could really see like I could see Kai France like pouring it on in the third round after being controlled the first 2 rounds, and then Pantoja like taking back over after that, after he like gets riled up. I think it's gonna be a scary fight, but Pantoja pulls through. All right, now we got the main event: Illia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. What are you thinking?
3, 2, 1.
Topuria, of course.
A little sad. I was hoping one of us would take Oliveira. I want Oliveira to pull it off, but
I really want him to. He's probably both of our favorite fighters.
I'll be rocking my Oliveira shirt during this fight.
Both of us will. It's just a nightmare matchup. I think you really couldn't have a worse matchup for Oliveira, because here's what I'm thinking with this one. Unless I'm gonna let you. No, you should go first. I've been opening up for all these. I want you to go first.
I was saying Oliveira gets cracked literally in every single fight.
Yeah. Every
single fight he gets hit.
Yeah.
Topuria, he's saying if he touches that chin, it's gonna explode. I'm not gonna lie. I believe him. And so Topuria, he's actually gonna be shorter. I was trying to compare it to the Chandler fight because I feel like they're gonna come in at similar heights. Chandler's actually 1 inch taller than Topuria.
Yeah.
Oliveira's gonna have a 5-inch reach advantage. I think Chandler also has 2.5 inches longer reach than Topuria.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Oh.
I didn't take Chandler for a long man.
So just kind of comparing that, but honestly, that's tough. The Chandler Oliveira fight, really the only time that Chandler looked dangerous was at the end, and that's off of a missed eye poke. They're two very completely different fighters, but I just coming in based on the size thing, kind of seeing how that matched up.
Yeah.
But Illia Topuria, he's not Michael Chandler. He's not Michael Chandler. This guy is.
He's not at all.
He's not Michael Chandler at all, so you can't really compare it to that. I think if he touches that chin, he's gonna make it explode. And also, Topuria's wins outside of the UFC were basically all submissions. So I think even if it does end up getting to the ground, I think he'll be fine. He'll be able to navigate that. He'll know what Oliveira's trying to set up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just kind of my thought process through
my decision. That's actually that last part.
Topuria knockout is what I'm going with.
Of course. The last part's actually exactly why I think this is such a terrible matchup. Is because Oliveira's kind of gotten exposed lately, and that when he fights really good grapplers, they're not afraid to just sit in his guard and like, because they know Oliveira's gonna be like, oh, I'm the best submission guy in the UFC. I'm gonna play off my back, try and submit you. So they'll just full guard camp and soak up the whole round. If you're a really good grappler, you can survive his guard. You can survive in half guard, and be okay. And that's why Oliveira had so many wins during his title reign, was because all the strikers he was fighting that didn't have the best grappling would knock him down, but were terrified to go to the ground with him. They could never finish him because they didn't want to follow up on the ground. I think Topuria is a combination of both of those, in that he's a really good striker. He's definitely going to touch that chin, and if not knock him out cold, he's going to knock him down easily, because we know that Oliveira, once he gets hit, he's not afraid to just go on his back.
I think he knocks him down twice in the first round.
Yeah. Okay.
Continue.
Okay. That's kind of a random. Why is that?
So I just see him connecting,
Like
and then
connecting
making him like stand up, and I don't know why that's
the thing,
a
though.
random thought. I just see it happening. He's going down twice in the first.
I think if he knocks him down, he's not going to be scared at all to go on the ground. I think he's going to knock him down. If he's not out cold, he's going to be one of those guys that's not afraid to follow him onto the ground and land some crazy ground and pound and finish the fight there. I got Topuria knockout round 1. I feel like the question is either is it going to be a TKO or a KO? Because I really don't want to see Oliveira go out cold, but I think that's probably what's going to happen.
That'd be pretty tough to watch. I'm not going to lie, but it kind of seems like that we're on. Now, earlier, throughout the week, you're kind of hinting at Oliveira's grappling and just holding and being able to just control him. That kind of seems like it's changed or something?
No, I think if you look at his fight with Bryce Mitchell still took him down and controlled him for like a minute or two. I might change my prediction on the timing, because I could see, it's pretty super heavy on his lead leg too, like super heavy. And Oliveira's got great calf kicks. And remember he stomped in Chandler's knee in the first round?
Yeah. Ooh.
I could potentially see a little bit of back and forth in the first round where it's like, because it's not. If you watch Topuria's fights, it's not like, oh my god, he's dominating this whole time. If you watch his fights against Volkanovski and Max Holloway, there's a bit of back and forth, and then out of nowhere, he gets it. And Max Holloway was working that leg. I could see Oliveira kind of tapping at it. Maybe getting in. His takedowns looked a lot better against Chandler. He looked a lot strong. Oh my god.
Siri!
Shut up! Holy crap. Okay. His takedown, he looked, just something about his takedowns in the Chandler fight, his last fight, looked a lot stronger. It looked like he went to camp and he was like, I'm not going to try and be the most exciting guy at this camp. I'm going to try and focus on what I'm really strong at and just really work on my wrestling and getting these takedowns. And he looked strong in his wrestling and his takedowns and explosive on the entry. I could see maybe a back and forth if he survives the first couple minutes, him securing a takedown and surviving the first round. But then it just eventually he's going to get knocked out. But I could see him getting a takedown and maybe stalling out a round. But that's about it. But those calf kicks, if this fight goes on more than a round, those calf kicks could add up. I could see like, oh, Joe Rogan being like, oh, those calf kicks are adding up.
They should be wearing metal cups.
They should be wearing metal cups. And then out of nowhere, oh! Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I see this going.
That's how you see it. And then if Oliveira gets knocked down in the first round.
If he gets knocked down, I think Topuria is going to be one of those guys that can just follow up.
No, knocked out. You're saying that you think that Charles Oliveira.
Oh. I'm not sure how he is, like, personality-wise. Like, if he still thinks he's really got it or he needs the money. But I could see Oliveira retiring after this. He's made a lot of money. He's got a big following on social media. He's 35. He's not that old. But I feel like no one's really talking about the potential of this being Oliveira's last fight. If you lose the belt twice in the same division, if you lose the title fight twice in the same division, you're always at like a situation where like you're like, what's the point of fighting anymore? Like you saw this with Max Holloway, you're seeing it with Sean O'Malley. But with those guys, they're young guys. They have options. They can go up, they can go down. But Oliveira's old. So it's like he's just gonna be like one of those top 5 guys that wins a couple, loses a couple, or just like defends his top 5 ranking and makes some money. If that's what he wants to do, then sure. But I always thought he's kind of more of a legacy guy. He's always pushing for that title shot. So I can kind of see him retiring after this fight, but we'll see.